everybody, and welcome. Thank you for coming for the event, the virtual event. Um, 2021 Smart Goal and Vision Board. And why it's so important to have goals and to have a vision board. Look, I cannot emphasize it enough, but if you think about all the people that you know, that you look at them as successful, you will realize that there is one thing in common among all of them. And that one thing that is in common among all of them is that they all have goals. They all know what they want to achieve. Now, unfortunately, I found out during the years that I work with people, most people don't have goals. Most people don't even know what they want. They know very good what they don't want. Yes, most people know very good what they don't want, but they don't know what they want. That's weird, isn't it? Now, the law of attraction that we all familiar with, okay, it's all about attracting what we want, right? So how come it attracts what we don't want? If we don't know what we want, after all, we get what we focus on. So if we focus on what we don't want, then guess what? That's what we get. The universe, the unconscious mind, the energy does not understand negativity, does not understand what we don't want. It wants to fulfill our wills. It wants to help us to achieve, but most people don't know what they want to achieve. So let's focus on that now and really start and take a few minutes to think about what I want to achieve in 2021. What do I want to achieve in 2021? In my personal life, in my business, in my family life, in every aspect of my life. So let's take a few minutes and write what we want to achieve. I'm getting better at surfing and make it a regular thing in my life. Last year, my goal was to learn surfing. I did. I'm surfing pretty good, but I want to make it regular part of my life. Getting better equipment, getting it more even in the winter so I can surf. Like today, I was looking at the cameras in the beach, and there was such great wave, but it was too cold for me to go. And the beach was full, the ocean was full of surfers. But I'm not there yet that I can enjoy surfing in that cold weather and cold water. I'm not there yet. Maybe I will never be, I don't know. But I want to push more days during the year that I can really surf, because I really enjoy it very much. I do it in the summer twice a week at least. In the winter I actually did it a few days ago because it was a nice sunny day. So I went down to the beach to surf. So I want to really enjoy it, because it gives meaning, it gives me time to think when you sit on the waves and when you sit on the board and you wait for the waves, it really gives you time like meditation. I love it. So I suggest to everybody to find something, especially if it's a sport that you love, because it makes you fit, it makes you go into shape, it makes you feel good, and it also clears your mind. Any type of sports, by the way, clear your mind. So I welcome you to do so. My next thing, and let's take more time and think, what do we want to achieve? building my construction company, of doing what I'm doing, and then I'm building my own lead generation machine. Like I went to school and learned all of that, so now I execute it, and I really want to be able to build my lead generation machine for my construction, and then also for my coaching and for everything that I would want, because that's what I learned. So number 3, I will make it build, make agency for lead gen. Because if I can do that, then I want to be able to do it for everybody, for everything, and really sell those leads. That's another way to generate money from something that I already do, and it's an automatic machine. So it's really nice to make money this way, for me at least, okay? So this is another thing that I want to do in 2021. Those two are in the business wise. Of course, I want to finish my studies, NLP, and really enjoy those studies, really enjoy the book that I'm reading, really take the opportunity and improve myself, and take time to devote daily time to learn the new techniques. So finish my and devote daily time to practice. So that's wonderful, another goal that I want. Let's think, what else? What else I want to achieve? What else do you want to achieve in your life for 2021? I know, and I already started. So I have investments. So I never had investments, so now I learned how to do investments. So I invested a little bit in crypto coins, I invested a little bit in the stock market. I learned different options of investments, and that's what I want to keep learning to do in 2021. Another thing that I want is buy a house for investment. So I am buying So that's another thing that I want to achieve. I want to really to refinance this house, and I want to buy another house with down payment, nice down payment. So those are the goals that I want. And now, what are SMART goals? When you take what you wrote, I want you to make sure that you have those elements of SMART goals. And that's why I changed that. I wrote it in this way, and then I changed it into a SMART goal. So SMART is simple and specific. Simple and specific. So when we want to have a goal and we want to achieve it, it needs to be simple. So meaning achievable. We cannot start by saying I want to run a marathon if I never ran a mile in my life, because it's a nice goal, maybe it's a nice dream, more correctly, but I will not be able to achieve that. Why? Because it's not simple at all. Okay, for somebody who never ran to all of a sudden run a marathon. So it needs to be something I want to run 10 minutes every day. And after I do that for a month, I want to go for half an hour. And you build it up, so you make it simple and specific. All right? Simple and specific. So we know how to achieve it, because the idea behind getting a SMART goal is that we will create vision board out of it, and also we will create an action plan out of it. Okay? So we have simple and specific, we have measurable. Measurable. Very important that our goal will be measurable, so we will be able to see if we're reaching our goal, if we're working towards that, if we're getting closer and closer with every day and every month that pass by. So it has to be measurable, and we have to do it as now. I mean, you know, all those people that tomorrow start to train, or tomorrow go to the gym, or tomorrow start a diet, and this tomorrow never comes. Why this tomorrow never comes? Because it's like a commitment with ourselves. There's always tomorrow. It's like we already postponed it. We're not obligated, not to the results, not to the process, not to ourselves. And the idea is to trust the process. So when I am doing something, I will see the results. When I want something, it's a whole different thing, because I will not see the results. I want it. But when I am working towards that, I will see the result. It might take longer, it might take shorter amount of time, but I will see results. That's a promise. You can count on that, and you can take that to the bank, because deep inside you know when you work hard towards something, you realize that you become lucky. I say, I don't remember who said it, but the harder I work, the more lucky I seem to be. I think it's exactly describe the scenario. The harder we work, the more lucky we seem to be. Okay? So, as now. And it needs to be realistic. Realistic. Again, if we go back to running, if I can't run around the block, how can I run a marathon, or how can I run a mile? So I have to be realistic with the goals that I'm setting to myself in order for me to be able to reach them. Because if I won't be able to reach my goals, that's a big problem. Why? You know, we all have those voices that sit on our shoulder and say, you know what, maybe it's not for you, maybe it's not right, maybe it's not, you know, this system is bullshit, and maybe, you know, you just can't achieve what you want, you know, you just don't deserve to get it. And those voices, they sabotage us. They sabotage ourselves. And when they sabotage ourselves, okay, we start to have another voice that says, that's okay that you cannot reach it, that's okay. You have a good life as it is, you know, and it starts to comfort you. So we have those two voices. And we have those voices that comfort you. Because if they don't comfort you, those voices that tells you that you are not good enough, that you cannot reach what you want, that you cannot do what you want, they will not be able to keep doing that, because they will be annoying. But when they say what they do, and we see that we don't get results, and they say, that's okay, that's okay. You see the circle? We have to break this circle. And in order to break this circle, we have to do something different. It's like Einstein once said, that if you do, insanity he called, if you do the same thing over and over and expect different results. So if you want different results, start to do things differently and be realistic with the goals that you set to yourself. So it's not going to be a sabotage, but you're going to get motivation from that. The first goal that I ever set to myself after a while that I was out of focus, because I'm an athlete, so when I was younger I had goals all the time, and then as a magician. But at a certain point in life, you know, when I was about 22, and I traveled for a year, coast to coast in the United States. It was time of my life. But when I came back to reality after traveling, because traveling is not reality, when I came back to reality, I was defocused. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what I want. I didn't know, and I needed to create and go back and create my balance, and really listen to the inner voices in me that will tell me what I really want to achieve, what I really want to do. And this is the question that we all have to ask ourselves. What do we want to achieve? And those will be our statements, but those are not the goals yet. Then we will turn it into SMART goals. So, the T is timed, because a goal without a deadline, it's not a goal, it's a dream. Now, dreams are great. I encourage you to dream. But if you want to make dream into reality, you have to make the dream into a smart goal and into an action plan and start to take action. And then you will see that the universe starts to help you. And the universe starts to give you all the opportunities and the right people around you. Because that's the way to achieve. Now, what is vision boards? What is vision boards? Vision boards is when we take a big board like that, okay, we can buy it in Staple, and we write our goals, our SMART goals. But we don't only write it, we also put pictures. So last year or this year, okay, when I want to make on my vision board that I'm getting better at surfing, I can put a picture here, from a magazine or from the internet to print, or doesn't matter from where, of a surfer, of a suit that I want to buy, of a surfboard that I like, of whatever that will make me excited when I look at it and will create motivation, in me, because when I think about it, I smile. It makes me feel good. For number 2, I'm building my business and my own lead generation machine. So I can imagine and I can put here, like different pictures of the office, of how it looks, of my logo, of my, doesn't matter, of a machine that prints money, that prints lead cards, something that will be a visual. So when I look at it, I will have something visual, because our memory is stored in visual forms. So I want the memory to look at the vision boards on a daily basis and really get excited about starting to do and actually generate the momentum. And when I have momentum, generate more momentum, never stop when I have momentum. At the next one, make agency for lead, This is for one business, so I can put here, the pictures that are for this business. But here, I can do something else. Different business, more money. That I can do, from the beach. So here I have a partner, here I do it by myself, or I can hire, people that will do it and do what I tell them to do. Because I know what it is. I know how to make it. So if I know how to make it, I will just put pictures of different things that I want to do with it and what it will allow me to do in my personal life. And so forth for everything else. And then I have a vision board that I want to hang it. I want it to be visual for me, visible for me at all time. When I got not at all time, nothing can be at all time, although I can take a picture of that in my phone and it can be a reminder at all time, but it should be in my office or in my room or somewhere that I will see it on daily basis. And if I see that I come close to achieve my goals, I already set up more goals. Whether it's in business, in personal, doesn't matter. I have to start to be, you have to start to be who you want to be. That's the secret. Step in to who you want to be. Alright? And I believe in you. I believe that everybody can achieve what they want, as long as they are having smart goals, so they're realistic. If my goal or my dream is to play basketball like Kobe Bryant, well, that's not going to happen. So that's not going to happen. That's why it's so important to be realistic about where am I now, where I want to be, what do I want to achieve. There's another question that is good, very good for that matter. What do I want to avoid? What do I want to avoid? And after I write what I want to achieve and what I want to avoid and my goals, and then turn it into SMART goals, then I want to ask myself, what's my next step. And really write what is my next step, because that implies to an action. That implies that I'm starting to do something. That implies that my mind, my thoughts are starting to go towards where I want to be, towards what I want to achieve. Because it thinks, what is my next step? I actually can start to reverse engineer what I want to achieve from where I want to be to where am I now. And then always know what is my next step. And be prepared and be ahead of the game. Because when I'm ahead of the game is easier. And I'm telling you that as a magician, as an NLP and hypnotherapist. Okay? Focus on what you want. Because you get what you focus on. Alright? Keep that in mind. I really hope that you learned a lot from that. I really hope that you take it seriously, and I really hope that just like I did it now for myself for 2021, you did it for yourself. And if you didn't finish, that's fine. Take the time and really focus on that. Take the time and really focus on creating your SMART goals and vision board for 2021. And we will meet again, if not during the year, then at least in New Year 2022. And we'll see who really achieved their goals, who really wrote their goals, who really helped the universe to help him to grow personally and have self-growth and personal growth towards achieving better life. Thank you very much. Happy New Year of 2021. Let's make this year better and better for us and for everybody around. We had a hard 2020, but it's not an excuse, because it doesn't matter where we come from. It matters where we're going, where we're heading. So let's head to a better place. Happy New Year.